write it down. What kind of fears do you have every day when you wake up, in the nighttime, when you sleep? What kind of fears you have? Hello, you have a wonderful day, a wonderful evening so far. Today, I would like to speak with you about my secret methodology, which I will finally share. And this is my first podcast, so where I share my methodology, which helps me to reach my peak performance, which helped me to reach my inner peak. And of course, you are not listening this podcast without any reason, right? You would like to reach your own peak. You would like to overcome your own fears. You would like to be more in your fearless self, to realize your dreams, right? So I have so many clients. I coach so many CEOs, female leaders, powerful women, powerful men, so successful. They reached everything in their lives, and still they are struggling with imposter syndrome. Still they are struggling with anxiety. So, for example, I have one female leader. She is a CEO. She built a company in 2 countries. So she is an amazing woman. And still she feels sometimes less worthy. Still she feels sometimes she needs to prove herself to her mom, to her friends, to her partner, to her colleagues. And still she needs to fight every day for her worth. And she is so overworked and even sometimes feels that she is in a burnout situation because she can't find time for herself. She can't find time for her soul, for her relaxation moments. She's constantly in a stress situation because she wants constantly answer all the needs of other people. Does it sound so familiar to you? Also, another great female leader, a CEO, a young professional, a high potential talent. She has this role because she deserved it. But when you ask her, she feels every time she needs to prove herself that she deserves this position. She feels other people are jealous or other people don't think that she deserves it. She works more and more, even more than her co-workers, than her colleagues. She is the first in the office. She is the last in the office. She always overpays. Even in the holiday time, she even don't set an automatic holiday reply because she thinks then people will think she is not working a lot and she's not taking care of work. So she's constantly in a mode of proving herself. And also another entrepreneur. He is so successful in his business. And even if he still flies with business class, he feels not worthy enough and feels sometimes bad and sad and say, oh, do I deserve it? So now I'm earning good money, but what happens if I don't earn so much money in the next upcoming years? So do I need to save more? And why I'm wasting money, but going with business class? So I enjoy, but should I enjoy or shall I be worried about my maintenance? The sustainability of my life, and so on and so on. And he has sleepless nights because he can't control his business, right? The business is going well, but he has so much anxiety every day to think about, oh, will this work in the long run? Will I be successful? What happens if I fail? What happens if I lose my clients? What happens if I fail and people just laugh about me? You know, so all these anxieties. And what I can tell you is, I think those symptoms are not new for all of us. So I can relate as well. Before I started to do my own business full time, I had so many anxieties like, I am I crazy? I can't stop working as a senior manager. Now I'm on a partner track. So I need to get partner track. and I'm in the Big Four. It's a great company. So am I stupid to leave this safety zone and do my own business? And what happens if I can't have clients, if I can't make money, and so on and so on? So many different, you know, concerns and anxieties. But now I had my breakthrough moment, both at work and in the cold water, which includes even being a 6 times world champion and having a world record, Guinness World Record. And now when I check all what happened in the few years in my life, people say, oh, I think you're an ice swimmer starting from your childhood. No, I just started with ice swimming 4 years ago when I started to overcome my fears, when I started to transfer myself from the fear zone to the joy zone. So everything what happened, all the magical moments what happened in my life, the 6 times gold medals, the Guinness World Record, building my own company, having 2 TEDx speeches, nominated as a Forbes woman, having the speaker award of feminine excellence, being in the corner of 2 magazines, and so on and so on. You know, all these magical moments happened in the last 4 years, including, getting the bestseller book in English. And now my book is in 3 languages, and now I'm writing my next book. So all these magical moments happened the past 4 years. And of course, why the past 4 years? Because I've worked so hard on the self-development. And there is a methodology behind, which I would like to share with you, because now I feel responsible to share not just what I have achieved, but how I achieved that, so that you can realize your dreams, that you can have your own breakthrough moment, that you can go to your next level. Because I'm sure that this methodology will help you to get your next level. Because we all have our next level. We have all our own peak, right? And what is your own peak? What is your own dream which you would like to realize sooner than later? And this methodology combines spirituality, psychology. It combines practices from extreme sports, from business. So this is the first time that everything comes together. And I'm happy and motivated to share this methodology with you. And of course, you can't execute this methodology completely by yourself. Still, you need support. Still, you need a sparring partner. Still, you need a coach. I use this methodology with my coaches, with my clients, in the workshops, even in my speakings. And even to use my methodology for myself, I have a spiritual coach, I have a business coach, I have a speaker coach, I have a business coach, I have a physical coach who pushes me in the water. So every coach needs a coach, every psychologist needs a psychologist. So the number one rule is, if you really want to achieve extraordinary things, you need to accept support. You need to accept help from other experts. You need to accept that you are not alone in this way. Because if you would like to have extraordinary things achieved in your life, this will not come from your comfort zone, and this will not come from a zone where you're completely alone with your brain, with your own self, with your own thoughts. And this is exactly the first step of my methodology. The first step is being aware, embracing your awareness, being aware of what's holding you back, being aware of your limiting beliefs, your inner saboteurs. So what is hijacking you every day, every moment? What is hijacking your inner peace, your inner spirit, your courage? What is holding you back to stop, to go for your dreams? What kind of fears, what kind of limiting beliefs you have, which maybe came from your childhood, which came maybe from your ex-boyfriend or partner, whatever. So we all have our struggles. And the first step to reach your own peak is that you are aware of your struggles, that you know what is holding you back. And last week I had one coachee. He came extra to Switzerland to have a face-to-face coaching session with me. And I felt that he has so many anxieties, but he find it difficult to speak about his fears. He don't want to confront himself with his fears. And I said, okay, now have a paper and confront yourself with your fears. Write it down. What kind of fears do you have every day when you wake up, in the nighttime, when you sleep? What kind of fears you have? So the top 3 and top 4 fears. And he said, no, this is so discomfortable. I don't want to write my fears. I don't want to give power to my fears, he said. But you don't give power to your fears when you write it down and then you face them. You give power to your fears when you allow them 95% in your subconsciousness every day managing you. So your fears are 95% subconscious. You use your brain in the conscious level only 5%. So that means if you don't concentrate, if you don't go deeper, if you don't do deeper work in yourself, you are just staying in the surface, 5% of surface. And you can ignore, you can hide, you can run away, you can say, no, it's discomfortable, I don't like it. Yes, you can do it, what you do every day anyway. But I can assure you that 95% is playing in the subconscious level, which means it's dominating you every day, every second, every minute. So at the end, I could convince him, and he wrote down his top 4 fears. And he felt so relieved. He said, oh, wow, now it's out. Now it's out every day. What's holding me back every day, my inner saboteurs. And we worked on those fears and really did a sense check, a reality check from where those fears are coming. And is it really realistic? Or is it just a game of your brain? And suddenly he realized that 2 fears of those 4 are really irrelevant and are not relevant anymore. Those fears were his past fears, which came from his childhood, which came from his parents, which came from his time of not being so successful. But now he reached so much in his life, so there is no reason anymore to have fear, because he knew that he can do against it. He can do something against it. So he has the control. So suddenly the fear disappeared because he said, oh, wow, this is my fear, but the solution is so easy. Why I didn't do this? So suddenly he found a solution and he said, yes, when I do this step, then I don't have any fear anymore. I don't need to have fear. And that was so relieving. Within 5 minutes, he reduced his fears from 4 to 2. So the more you get conscious to your own fears, the more you face it and say, hey, what kind of fears I have every day? What's holding me back? The more you will see that you have the control over your fears, over your limiting beliefs, over your saboteurs. Because I can guarantee you, when you get sabotaged from your own limiting beliefs, from your own fears, then you are not in your clear mind anymore. Then you are not in your power anymore. So the first step is increase your awareness. Otherwise, you will live stuck. You will live stuck with anxiety, with your limiting beliefs every day. And you will not reach your fullest potential. You need to go from your conscious level to your subconscious level and go deeper. You need to do the deeper work. And I know it's not comfortable. I know. It's sometimes painful even. But if you don't face your own limiting beliefs, your own fears, if you don't get this awareness level, then you can't reach your peak within, then you can't have this breakthrough moment. So you need to go deeper, even if it's a dark space. And I can assure you, from the dark space, you have the light, you will put light in it. And suddenly it will move from the darkness to the light. And this fear will not exist anymore. So that's the first step. raising your awareness. And then the second step is envision your dream. Identify your desire. So, what is your desire? What is your vision? If you wouldn't have any fear, any limiting beliefs in your life, what would be your next step? What would you stop? What would you change? What would you start in your life? What would you follow? What is your real desire, your real purpose in your life? So why are you existing? Why are you working every day so hard, running every day so hard, earning money, spending money? For what? What is your real purpose? What is your real vision? So this is so important that you need to explore, and nobody can explore it for you. No one can tell you, you know what, I know you, Kevin, you are a great guy. I think your vision is that. Of course, we lived every day like that, right? My mom said always, yeah, you need to be a partner in the Big Four. My dad said, yeah, you need to be a successful businesswoman. Yes, I am. But what is my purpose? Is my real purpose to be a partner in a Big Four company? Or is my real purpose stepping out of my comfort zone, inspiring myself, inspiring others, supporting others also to step out of their comfort zone? And this gives me a lot of power. This gives me a lot of sense of humanity, a sense of meaning. And the sense of meaning cannot be defined from the outside world. The sense of meaning, what you create in your own life. You are the creator. You are the CEO of your own life. You are the CEO of your own energy management, body management, mental focus management, and so on. So you are the CEO for yourself. So just only you can define the sense of meaning of your life, your purpose, your vision. And if a dream doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. Of course, it will be scary. But that's why I'm telling you, the first step is creating awareness. And the second step is, after creating the awareness, what is your dream? What is your vision? What is your purpose? What would you like to achieve? And my purpose and vision was always being a speaker, having a bigger impact in life, impacting people's life to a better version. And now getting the feedback from all my clients telling me, oh, wow, after your workshop, my life changed. I started with my dream. I started with new hobbies. I have now much more courage. I started with my own business. I get my promotion. So when I hear all these feedbacks, it's so fulfilling for me. It's a sense of meaning and it's a purpose realization. And this is life, right? So why we are working every day hard? Why we are earning money? For what? So for what is your existence meaningful? So what brings you joy? What reduces your anxiety? Where you are in your full potential, where you are in your fully space of your limitless self. And this is the second step, to dream boldly, to envision your future, create a connection with your future. So how your future will look like if you wouldn't have any fear. And of course, the vision is important because it shows you then the direction. But just a vision without action is just daydreaming. So the third step in my methodology is, of course, taking action with courage. And you don't need to wait to have 100% confidence to take action. You need to have 100% courage to take action. And if you not have 100% courage at the beginning, it's fine. Even with 50% courage, you can make the first step. So every day, step by step, even 5 minutes, even 10 minutes per day, what you can do differently to reach your goal, to reach your dream. Is it like every day 5 minutes writing a script for your new podcast, or for your new speech, or for your new video project? Or is it every day 5-minute visualization of your future, manifesting? Or is it every day 5 minutes doing a workout? Or is it every day 5 minutes working on your new business idea? and creating a Word document where you every day add some ideas or further illustrations in your Word document? Or is it every day writing 2-3 sentences or ideas about your upcoming new book? Whatever it is. Everything starts with small steps. You don't need to start with big, small steps. You don't need to have 100% confidence. You don't need to have 100% courage. But you need to take the first step, the first action. Action is the key, where also the Dr. John Spencer tells every time, where your attention goes, the energy flows. So you need to take your attention to your vision, and then the energy needs to flow there, which means with your actions. If you don't put action on it, you just stay with your daydreaming and with your manifestation. And just manifestation and daydreaming is not enough. So you need to take action every day. If you do every day the same routine, if you do every day the same without changing your life, without doing anything and just complaining, then you are in the victim mindset. So you need to start from the victim mindset going to a creator mindset. You are the creator. You are the CEO of your life, as I said at the beginning. And what would you do? What would you delegate yourself every day, 5 minutes to realize your dreams? And of course, you can also create your own support system, which is also taking action and building your support system and saying, okay, who can support me in my vision? What kind of people I need? What kind of experts? What kind of coach can help me? So it can myself, I can support you in your vision, or it can be other people. I don't care. But you need to think about your own support system. Which experts can support you? Who can support your upgrade? And what you can delegate, where you need support, what you need to do by yourself. Every day taking action, doing something what brings you to your vision. And number 4, step 4 is resilience, building resilience, facing your fears, being comfortable in discomfort, stepping out of comfort zone in my words. So this means also going with the energy flow, not going against the energy, stopping with resisting, going more with faith. This is also what I learned from my spiritual practice, having more faith, having more acceptance. Of course, those roads, those actions will be not always comfortable, but you need to have faith. You need to accept also the discomfort to move forward. And this is exactly the zone where you build your own resilience. How you can build your own resilience when you always stay in the comfort zone. It's like going to the gym. You need to train your muscles. You need to train your resilience muscles. And then breaking your rituals and having new rituals, like training every day, stepping out of comfort zone, every day training something new, which brings you to your bold dream. So taking action, and after taking action, stepping out of comfort zone, building your own resilience. And the more you build your resilience, the more you will be able to step out of comfort zone, the more you will do extraordinary things. That is the joy zone, where the fear zone goes more to the joy zone, the more you build resilience. And at the end, number 5 is leading with the flow, sustaining your peak performance, living your dreams as a leader, as a top performer, as an athlete. Whatever you do in your life, going with the flow in your peak, living your purpose. And you know when you are in the flow, you don't resist anymore. Everything comes to you. The world, the universe has your back, that you feel that also on a spiritual level in your spiritual world, that you feel the universe has your back. Everything is happening for you and not to you. And you structure your time based on your energy. You manage your energy. You don't just have to-dos. You have a clear purpose and a clear flow. And let's us do a self-test. Maybe you can write on your paper the 5 aspects and do a self-assessment. So from 1 to 5 points. Where are you right now in all those areas? The first one, having awareness. In what extent do you have the awareness of your inner saboteurs, of your inner blockages, of your inner fears? And in what extent are you ready to face them? From 1 to 5. The second, having courage, having a vision. The second one, in what extent do you have a clear vision, a clear purpose for yourself? Is clear, crystal clear, your purpose, your vision? Or are you struggling to find your own purpose, your vision? From 1 to 5, where are you right now? The third one, taking action with courage. In what extent are you taking now action with courage? From 1 to 5, be honest to yourself. Courage means that you step into the unknown. You don't know what's happening, but you're stepping into the unknown with courage, with faith, with a belief. You take action, even though those are small steps, you do something. And the fourth one, building resilience. In what extent are you embracing your fear? Are you going into the discomfort zone, out of your comfort zone, and trying to feel comfortable in discomfort and increasing your own resilience? In what extent are you working on your resilience, on your central nervous system to be calmer? It can be like a breathing exercise, a meditation, whatever supports you. There are different methodologies and tools which I can explain in my next podcast or when we work together. And the fifth one, flow. Going with the flow with purpose, realizing your dreams. Where are you right now in realizing your dreams? Where are you right now? Where are your dreams? How far are those? From 1 to 5, be realistic. So this is the first exercise for building your awareness. Where are you right now in terms of your peak flow performance? And where are you right now in terms of your awareness?